Today, let me ask you, are you ready for more? Are you open for more? More love, unconditional love, more connection, more harmony, more peace, and more joy. Is it time to find out what your own formless soul already knew and has been residing with you and has been waiting patiently to tell you? Time to awaken to the higher consciousness and the interconnectedness to everything. Today, as this picture represents, time to start to paddle away, so ever gently and patiently, from the toxicity that burns away at the egoic minds and causes human dysfunction. Time to take that paddle and paddle towards the light. Paddle towards the light that's shining bright, and align that human form personality with your soul that has been ever waiting. You have this desire, but you don't know what it is. Can you put your finger on it? This desire for transformation of your own human consciousness, as you're supposed to do, to live with the purpose and the emergence of your new, aligned, unique power. The power that every life form has, to some degree. Your powers are waiting to be discovered with the involvement in the right present moment for you. You don't have to suffer first to find it. Time to align that human form of your given personality with your ever residing formless soul. Your soul is not a passive or theoretical entity that only occupies a space in your chest cavity. Your soul is a positive, purposeful force at the core of your very being. It is that part of you that understands the impersonal nature of energy and the dynamics in which it is involved, that loves unconditionally, without restriction, and accepts without judgment. If you desire to know your soul, first step is to recognize that you have a soul. When the energy of your soul is recognized, acknowledged and valued, your soul begins to infuse the life of your personality form. When this personality form comes fully to serve the energy of your soul, that is when you have reached your own authentic empowerment. Every experience that you have and will have upon this earth encourages the alignment of your personality with your soul. Every circumstance and life challenges gives you the opportunity to choose this path, to allow your soul to shine through you, to bring into the physical world, through you, its unending and unfathomable reverence and the unconditional love of life, to become your ultimate purpose with the invisible intelligences and interconnected with Source and the Spirit that resides within you. Next to each person's soul, the teacher appears when the student is ready. Truly beautiful. The reverence that we speak of is the perception of our souls. Only the personality can perceive life without reverence. Reverence is the natural aspect of our unique, authentic empowerment, because the soul reveres all life forms. Therefore, when our personality is aligned with our soul, it cannot perceive life except with reverence. Approaching our lives with reverence not only protects our souls from karmic obligations that are created by our personalities that do not honour life, but it is also a step towards moving the personality with our souls, because it brings an aspect of the soul directly into our physical world. To live with reverence means being willing to say, that is life. We must not harm it. They are our fellow humans. We are all one. We must not destroy each other and mean it by our actions and reactions. The reverence we have means re-examining the way that we treat the beautiful members of the animal kingdom that serve us so patiently. It means recognizing the rights of the living, breathing, pulsing Mother Earth. That the Earth has rights is only a concept which has only just scratched the surface within our species. An attitude of reverence is the atmosphere, the environment with the six senses and the intuitions that continue evolving. It is the sense of richness and fullness and the intimacy of our beings. It creates compassion and acts of kindness. Metta, without reverence, without the perception of the holiness of all things, the world becomes cold and barren, mechanical and random at the same time. This creates experiences of alienation and acts of violence. It is not natural for us to live without reverence, because it separates us from the basic energy of the soul. Reverence automatically brings forth patience, although impatience is the desire to have our needs met first. When our needs are taken care of, do we not have the patience with the needs of others? We, as reverent people, honour life in all its forms and all its activities. Reverence does not think in the terms that are required to produce impatience. The reverence permits us non-judgmental justice. The soul does not judge, and so our personality chooses to bring into the physical reality another of its soul characteristics when we choose to approach life with reverence. The reverent person cannot consider him or herself superior to another person or any other form of life energy, because a reverent person sees divinity in all forms of life and honours it. Without this reverence, we all choose to have, with our freedom of choice, within our personalities of form, the experiences are brutal and destructive. With reverence, our experiences become compassionate and caring. We all share and come to honour all life sooner or later. All our choices united. Our choices are when that shall happen, and the quality of the experience that we all shall have as we learn. With this, the higher order of logic and our understanding is capable of meaningful reflection of our souls, which ultimately comes from the heart-mind. As it has been said so brilliantly, with our soul connected with our personality, smile, and the world smiles with you. The best thing any person of physical form can wear is the smile. We can change the way we look at things, and the things we look at change. The metaphysics reflects the divine impulse to become a higher consciousness and deeper dynamic that works within the non-physical reality, which resides within each and every one of us, all colours, creeds and religions, and the choice to regain our unconditioned connection we have always had. Quantum physics reflects a species that is becoming aware of the relationship of our individual consciousness to the world of form and our physical world. Discoveries of science illuminate both the inner and outer, physical and non-physical dynamics. With this and the metaphysical studies, the spiritual heart, we are, I am, we are unconditional love and reverence. Conscious light is equal to the divine energies. Every soul eventually will be enlightened through their own processes or suffering. And within these studies, the central perception of the multi-sensory beings that we are in this human form that we inhabit is the realization he or she is never alone. He or she can choose to be in conscious communication with more advanced, invisible intelligences. The first step of becoming aware is to follow your feelings from a transparent view, which will lead you to the source. Only through your emotions can you enter the force field of your own soul, the being part of human passage and purpose. Our souls are in a non-physical sense. The soul is formless. The soul is the force field of our very beings. Do you ask yourself, does the non-physical reality exist? Do you say to yourself, if I cannot prove through metaphysics the existence of non-physical reality, it's then nonsensical? Do you decide that there is no answer? Or do we expand to a level at which answers can be given? The expansion has always been the way of the scientist, the pursuer of the truth, the discovery of the rich understanding of atomic and subatomic phenomena. Non-physical reality is our home. We came from non-physical reality and we will return to non-physical reality. The larger part of us still currently reside in non-physical reality, and it continues to evolve in us. The same is true for each of the billions of human beings upon this planet. To know this of the billions of human beings, the majority of our interactions with those other human beings occur in a non-physical reality. How? When we think loving thoughts of someone who is close to us emotionally, such as a family member, we shift the quality of our consciousness, and this contributes to his or hers energy systems along with our own. With this and the realization at each present moment, we experience prompts and encouragements to move into the light, just as this picture shows, moving away and gently streaming towards the brightest shining light. The frequency of our light depends on the level of our consciousness. We are evolving into a species of whole individuals who are aware of their nature as beings, having a human experience as beings of light, and who shape their light consciously, wisely, and and with compassion. Therefore, the physical phenomenon of light, the light does not struggle with itself, so to speak. Light has come into being. It is the phenomenon to the human experience, and it reflects the new energy dynamic of the whole human, you and I. The achievements of science, in other words, do not reflect the laboratory capabilities of individuals or nations, but the spiritual capabilities of our species. Intentions affect more than our relationships. Intentions set into motions processes that affect every aspect of our lives. Although we as humans resist change, but if we accept change, our intentions will manifest physically. The intentions will assume a physical form. Therefore, we create reality with our own intentions. The highest frequency current, the highest energy is unconditional love, Agape. This energy produces buoyancy, radiance, lightness and joy. Our intentions create the reality that we experience. Until we become aware of this, it happens unconsciously. Therefore, we might be mindful of what we project. That is first step forward towards Source and your own authentic power. The healing journey of the human soul through our incarnations into this physical arena we call Earth is a process of cycles of creation, a direct reflection of all creation. With our intentions, karma equals personality equals intentions plus energy equals experiences plus life situations equals reactions equals karma. The soul determines the characteristics of the personality. It determines the physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual circumstances into which the personality is born. The soul determines the ways the personality is prone to understand its experiences. The soul determines the intentions with which that personality will shape its reality. These intentions create the reality that provides the soul at each moment with the experiences that are necessary for balancing of the soul's energy and the personality with the clearest choice between learning through wisdom or learning through doubt and fear. Through these intentions, the personality shapes the light that is flowing into the reality for its growth, for the evolution of its soul, our souls. The reactions of the personality to the experiences that is created, more karma. Reactions express intentions. They determine the experiences that will be created next, and the reactions of the personality to those experiences create more karma, and so forth, until the soul, our souls, release that personality and body. And when the soul returns home, what has been accumulated in the lifetime is assessed with loving assistance of the soul's teachers and guides. The new lessons that have emerged to be learned, the karmic obligations that must be paid are seen, the experiences of the incarnation just completed are reviewed in the fullness of understanding. Our mysteries are mysteries no more. The causes, the reasons from the experiences are the contributions to the evolution of the soul and to the evolution of the souls with whom the soul has shared its life or lives revealed. What has been balanced, what has been learned, brings our souls closer to its healing, to its integration and above all its wholeness, the alignment of the soul, our souls with personality. Our personality, formless and form come together in complete alignment and atonement. And then when we are all compassionate with ourselves and others, the world becomes compassionate too. We become more conscious and become beings of the light. We draw to each other's souls alike with a beautiful, high, radiant frequency. And with these frequencies and vibrations, we create, aligning, as said before, our human personality to our formless soul. We are to know that as our species, our relationship between intention and experience underlies what quantum physics is. The physical experience is the infusion of light into form, energy into matter, soul into body, which are all the same. And the soul is the energy of the universal unconditional love, wisdom, compassion, and kindness. The soul creates with all these energies. The journey to the wholeness requires that we look honestly, openly, and with the courage into ourselves, into the dynamics that lie behind what we feel, what we perceive, what we value, and how we act. It is a journey through our defenses and beyond so that we can experience consciously the nature of our human personality, face what is produced in our lives, and choose what to change. The higher purpose of us being a human being is having the human experience and the lessons and the journey towards our highest consciousness and finding non-physical wholeness. And with that wholeness, we choose to allow our souls to move through us. We choose to allow the divinity to shape our world. And as our soul moves through us, we must have commitment. Otherwise, we cannot learn to see others as our souls see them, as beautiful, powerful spirits of light, as we are all one. The true, pure human condition, in its most perfect form, has no secrets. It doesn't hide, but exists in clear, unconditional love. And knowing your soul, my soul, everybody's soul, has no end and no beginning. You are part of all that is. Our soul is the essence of who we are without illusion. It is the powerful, expansive, evolving center of all that we are. We become multisensory, sixth sense, one might say. And with this alignment of our soul, the healing power is the power of consciousness. And the power of this consciousness is the intuition, is the voice of the non-physical world that we hear when we quieten our mind. And moving forward and understanding the soul, love, unconditional love, is of the soul. Fear is of the personality. Our personality, form, that makes the choice to live in love and light, is able to see through the windows of our own souls. And with this understanding and alignment, we must understand that success and failure do not exist because they do not come from a position of truth, only a place of judgment. There is no power in fear. If we cannot be home in our world, we live in fear. we constantly live in fear and can never truly relax and enjoy. With our atonement and alignment, we live in power, authentic power of our own. We eliminate that fear, and we have the love, which is the energy of the soul. And with this energy, we are empowered by Source, drawing to ourselves the universe's greatest gift, human beings with non-judgmental human hearts, to become a body and a soul, the impulse of creation and power that is authentic, the hourglass point between energy and matter. That is our souls, your souls, my souls, everybody's souls. Our forever works of internal beings. We know Source cannot be bought, inherited, or hoarded. And we learn that authentic power has its roots in the deepest part of our beings. And from the deepest part of our very beings, we learn to invoke the power of the non-physical world. And that is what a blessing is. It is now with what you've heard in this audio video that I suggest, with the realization and the knowing of the heartache that you have been feeling is caused by holding back what your formless being that resides within you is constantly whispering when your mind quietens. It is now that as your whole being aches, you must do you, and what you know you must, as your spiritual experience as a human being is calling you to do. Now take this time, find a very quiet place, somewhere in nature or in a room in your house. Possibly light a candle, burn some incense, take a nice comfortable seat on a pillow or in a chair upright, whatever's comfortable for you, and meditate on what you've just heard in this audio video presentation. In complete silence, draw at the count of 3 your breath in, hold for the count of 3, and exhale your breath out at the count of 4, at your own pace, at your own ability, for whatever is comfortable with you. Learn, if you haven't done it before, to quiet the mind so you can hear the whispers. I strongly suggest that you do it in the early hours of the morning and before retiring to bed of a night. It is a practice of continual practice, and the further and the longer that you meditate as the years go by, the deeper you reach for that higher consciousness and communication with your invisible intelligences that reside within you. I wish you all the most pleasant and beautiful, joyful journey of the alignment of your personality with soul. We all heal, united by the medicine of our unconditional love. Take that, and may you all be blessed. Please feel free, and I kindly invite you to use the rest of this audio video for the commencement of your meditation practices, for a beginner, for existing, and use it in whatever means that you feel comfortable with. Inhale and exhale brings you to the present moment and allows you to enter the doors of grace. Much love.